Welcome to Friday. My name is Kwame Owusudan, so you can call me Champion KOD and I'll respond She. Yes, you can call me I don't know whether I should say Alhaji or or I will give you Chief title. Chief. Give me one. What name would you? Malguna. What does it mean?
Malguna.
Yeah.
The chief reconciliator.
Oh, Malguna. Oh, I love Malguna. So when you are now addressing me, address me properly.
Hey.
Yes, Malguna. It's been bestowed on me on Pan African television, live on TV.
I'll take you to the Sananda.
Fantastic. Yes. Right, but welcome to the morning show. Welcome to the newspaper review segment here on Pan African television. Apologies for the late start of the show. I underestimated the traffic, not intentionally. But when I got to a certain stretch, I think they are trying to fix the road or something like that. So there was a lot of chaos this morning, and which is why I am late. So I apologize for my lateness on the show. However, I want to believe that we will be able to deal with all the issues that we've tabled for our conversation this morning. Let me say a special good morning to Uncle Papa, who is doing the watching this morning. Uncle Papa, Uncle Paps. When I come home, we do the Uncle Paps. And also, may I remind you that on the 29th of this month, there will be a book launch. We'll be launching a book. And I'm still waiting for the book. When they bring it, I will introduce the book to you. But it's about Ghana's judicial system. It is about the judiciary and how far we've come, the reforms that we've made, the expedition of trials, and the delay or the expedition of justice and things like that. And I tell you, I kid you not, I've read just the preface of the book, and I think I read chapter 1, the tightrope of tightrope of something I've forgotten, but I will try and share with you. Brilliantly put together, and is a legal document really that I think everybody should buy, whether or not you are a legal person, whether or not you are a student of law. If you're a student of politics even, you can buy it. If you're a student of architecture, you can buy it, because I think it is the bedrock of giving you some insights into the study of law and the evolution of law in Ghana, particularly within this current Fourth Republican dispensation. The fact that in 2004 there were issues relative to the expedition of trial. So some decisions could take about 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, 9 years. And the users use, I believe, report was commissioned in 2010, where we needed to understand the reasoning behind the longevity of first of all the trials, and also the decisions which are reached by the courts. And clearly some reforms began in that space and things like that, and how that metamorphosed into the overarching judicial practices that we have in this country, I think is significant. And believe you me, I will introduce the book. I've asked for the book. When it comes here, I'll let you have a look so that we can you can actually even pre-order before the launch. AU urges dialogue between ECOWAS junta-led states. Daily Graphic News paper. Mahama rejects EC's reforms, predicts chaos if implemented. Your strike is needless, NLC tells education unions, and maintain electoral ink majority later. These are the topics that we've tabled for our conversation this morning, and we'll try to deal with all the matters here. But let's go to Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso and kickstart the conversation from there, and is in respect of their exit from ECOWAS, and they've cited myriad of reasons for their exit. I think key amongst them is the conduct of ECOWAS in respect of the fight against imperialism, and also the fact that ECOWAS has stalled relative to discussions on Pan-Africanism, and how the existence of ECOWAS in fostering Pan-Africanism has stalled. And therefore, they find that they've been members of it for over 46 years. They've seen no progress. They've benefited nothing at all from being members of ECOWAS, and they believe that this is a time for them to exit and form their Sahel bloc. Let me quickly start the conversation with Dramado.
Well, Kwame, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'm grateful that I'm here once again. It was yesterday when I was called. I was in Adidome when the call came. And I had to, come here this morning to do what we love, to do for our beloved country, Ghana. When Bless sent me the...
I find that you value the platform and you value the people that you communicate to. There are some people that will give platforms too. In the beginning, they came to beg. We gave them platforms, and when they establish themselves, or rather they think they've established themselves, you call them and they don't even pick your calls, and they've been acting. And when you ban them too, they go and stand somewhere and they say, "Oh, they can't do anything." Drapper, the Drapper.
Kwame, one thing about this station is that even the name. When I get to the pinnacle, when inshallah I get to the pinnacle of politics, the name of this station would definitely drag me to this place, because the name Pan-African TV, you understand, and the excellent individuals behind this station.
Honorable said I shouldn't talk about it again, so I won't.
Thank you.
I respect Honorable so much.
He just bestowed a title on you.
Not even the title, the personal respect that I have for him. So
Exactly. You see, so when you have such invitation from Pan-African TV, you have no option but to come, because this is Pan-African TV. It's been a while, so before I even delve into the subject matter of ECOWAS and the junta-led regime, let me greet the good people of Central Town constituency. There is those in Mafikumase, Bakba, Mafiadidome, Mafidugam, Dove, Aklamado. I mean, all the communities in Central Town constituency. Good morning to you all. Madugbene Myokatami, all the television here. Kwame, again, let me say this. Yesterday, I witnessed a sorry and a scary scene yesterday in Adidome. I was coming from Ho to Adidome when I met a group of students from Adisek, that is Adidome Secondary School, crossing the highway with their buckets, scrambling for water. So, Dramani, I had to stop to inquire. So I asked one to come, and then she politely approached me, and I asked her about what's happening. Is there water shortage at the school? They say yes. Why? They say the school is owing Ghana Water Company, or the Community Water Company. So the water has been disconnected for more than a month now. And that road is a highway. So they cross to the other side of the road to fetch water. So that in that case, they buy water now. And fortunately, I met somebody who is a member of the PTA. And that person said that it is because of the poor implementation of the free SHS. You understand? Because hitherto, those things were taken care of sometimes by the parents. But this time around, government has taken that thing upon itself to be doing, and government cannot even do it. So the school is owing a huge sum of money. So as we speak, there's an acute water shortage at the Adidome Secondary School. So if the authorities are listening, they should go and pay Ghana Water Company or have some arrangement with them so the water is connected to the school. Because we don't want to hear that maybe a student is crossing and the untoward happens. We don't want to hear that. Kwame, ECOWAS and the military junta. When this coup d'etat occurred, there were factors that led or precipitated those coup d'etats. And the main or the major reason was the French interference in the domestic affairs of those countries. So those individuals decided to sever their relationship with the French. And ECOWAS being an organization that is crawling with people, I may say, who are not, those passionate Pan-Africanists. That is what ECOWAS is made of. It is just an organization that is bristling with people who are like they pander to what is called political correctness. You understand? They don't want to call a spade by telling the French that we have come of age, we are capable of managing our own affairs as a country. So please don't interfere in our affairs.
Right.
ECOWAS is unable to do this. The military junta, they have found the voice, that metal, the courage to speak truth to power. That is the French. That no, enough of your interference. We are a sovereign country, so you cannot continue to control us. We are independent countries, so please go. And ECOWAS is finding it difficult just to go along with this thing with the military junta. So when I heard that the military junta have eventually severed their relationship with ECOWAS, I was happy. I was happy because I want to be. You see, I always say that it is always the radicals who bring about change. It is radicals who bring about change, and the moderate or the conservative, they hold on to that change. You understand? They hold on to it. That this is something new. We don't want to lose this. This is better. But the radicals will go a step further and say that no, you are holding on to something that is even outmoded. We want to bring about something new, like what is happening in Ghana today. A mere mention of a coup d'etat, it gets some people jittery,
unsettled.
Unsettled, correct. They are jittery. You don't mention coup because they know that the system they are running today is inevitably leading into something like that. But because they have built this thing on the minds of people that, oh no, coup d'etat is not good. You understand? Coup d'etat is not a good thing. As if coup d'etat, it is something that is the formula for all. When coup d'etat occurs, how human rights are, abused, as if those things are cast in stone. As if when a coup takes place, the coup protest, or those who have staged the coup successfully, will say that, okay, hello, your freedom of expression cannot be exercised now because we are military. No. Every coup and what it entails, you understand? Look at what is happening in Ghana today. But you see politicians telling you that the worst form of democracy is better than a military regime. When I look at people who say this thing, it is usually the politicians, and the politicians who are benefiting from this corrupt criminal system at the expense of the suffering masses. You understand? They usually say this thing to us. Okay, how old are you? How old were you when the first coup was staged or when the last coup was staged in Ghana? At least, Kwame, you and I weren't there when those principles in law, like Nemodat Code non-habet, were couched by certain individuals, but today we use them because of the values ending. You understand? The importance and relevance those things hold, those principles hold. That is why. So I don't need to experience coup d'etat to be able to condemn coup d'etat. I have read about coup d'etat and its excesses. But if we have a system that should be corrected by that thing, why not? That is what these guys have done.
Yeah.
They have done it so well. And I love them, and I always say thumbs up to them. So if you are a government, you are so corrupt, you are burdening your people, you are saddling your country with debt that will take generations upon generations to clear. If you are saddling your country with that kind of burden, and your citizens with that kind of burden, with taxes that is strangulating them to death, you should be worried that there are people in the system who still believe in something like that. That is why recently when some people were tried, they were tried for attempting to overthrow this government. I surprised. I was not surprised that a thing of that nature was hashed by some people allegedly. You know, even though the court has successfully convicted them, but because they have the right to appeal and they have hinted appealing. That is why I say allegedly, you know, attempting that thing, because a system like that attracts. That is what it attracts to itself. You understand? Yep. So ECOWAS should sit up. For instance, when the government is creating an enabling environment for coup d'etat to take place, ECOWAS should have the courage, the mettle to say to that government that no, you are on a path, you are on a perilous path that may bring you this kind of people or this kind of thing that our organization frowns upon, that is coup d'etat. They won't. The ECOWAS won't come with anything like that. You understand? So the junta, they should remain resolute. They should remain resolute. They should focus on their domestic problems and, you know, ameliorate the economic challenges facing their people, and forget about ECOWAS, because ECOWAS has become a toothless organization. If
thank you very much for that wonderful submission. Honorable.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Before I go into that topic, you know, some time ago, the issue of this thing came up here.
What was that?
The SML.
The SML
scandal.
Yeah.
And I particularly want to take this opportunity first to make a fervent appeal to the GRA boss. I understand he's a reverend. I don't know, but forgive me, your titles confuse me. I say some is for Catholics and some are for. What I want to say is that
I don't know.
He's the head of a church or some other establishment, and people of that caliber are role models for our society. There are many people who look up to them, especially in this era when morality is sinking so fast. They serve as the few people who can give us guidance out of this moral decadence we are sinking into. And I want to take this opportunity to make a fervent appeal to him to endeavor to live up to his calling, to endeavor to show the way that many people who look up to him are justified in doing so. Kwame, there was a sad commentary before the Public Accounts Committee, where my colleague Sam George, my deputy ranking member on the Communications Committee of Parliament, just asked a simple question that can you please, that's referring to the GRA boss, indicate to us the year you turned 60. Kwame, how difficult is this question? It disrupted proceedings. That question alone, because it's leading up to something that is dishonorable. And I think that many people who know him have painted him in very good light, that he's a very good person. He's a person of moral high aptitude and so on. And so for him to be facing things like this because of the SM scandal and something else they say is coming on, Kwame, I want to make a fervent appeal to him. And especially so because they say currently he does not have a contract with from government to continue to operate as the boss of the GRA, which, if that is true, is a crass illegality. And that's why I'm saying that for people of his this, and he should not allow anybody, especially the penchant of Ken Ofori-Atta, the finance minister, to cook scandals. He should not allow those things to smear him for his good record. Kwame, let me come to this, and saying so, Kwame, let me end on this note on that topic. I have said it always, that all of us, either in public life or whoever is given leadership, there will be a day of accountability.
Yep.
If not on this earth, but you stand before your maker tomorrow. You stand before your maker and account. And that is the realm in which he and others come as spiritual or religious leaders. They will tell us that all of us will stand before our maker. So everybody will stand before his maker and account. And so if you are going to craft scandalous things and others, does it not say you stand before your maker? And I'm sure that is why I'm saying that this is very, very important, both for here as people who follow you as example, and for the good Lord to pass judgment on every one of us for what position he has given you and whether you serve to the best of integrity or not. Kwame, let me what is going on in the 3 states, the BMN states, that is Burkina, Mali, and Niger, is for me a mixed blessing. I side with the issues that it raised about the fact of Africa adopting a progressive stand in order to liberate more resources to take care of our people. Because, Kwame, I've always espoused that policy. How is Africa the richest continent, featuring the poorest of people on the face of this earth? It simply means that we are not controlling our resources. It simply means that leadership that we have on the continent is so bankrupt. They are minded by their interests and aspirations more than the welfare of the masses. So, Kwame, I have always espoused a policy of a United States of Africa as a panacea to the woes of our continent. And so, when countries begin to leave organizations that we will see virtually as a means to coalesce, I get worried, because I am an advocate, an eloquent champion, advocate for the unity of the African continent. So if anything is happening that is contrary to that unity, I'll be worried. I will be the first to admit that there are very good reasons why these countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, first and foremost, of course, they are allies. They say your enemy's enemy is your friend. They are grouped together by an association of sanctions hit nations. After the coups that they have made, they are all been slapped with sanctions by the ECOWAS, and so they have an inherent interest in working together to overcome those sanctions that have been slapped on them. And they are also French, former French colonies. And I have always said it that the French, unlike the English, operated a policy of assimilation in which they sought to absorb their colonies, to see them as integral parts of France. And so you still see certain practices that go on which sound very inimical even in today's light, where resources are just being taken like as part of French this thing, where African leaders even have to pay rent for certain facilities in their own countries to France. You know, which some people find very ridiculous. So as a result of this and other practices over the years, where the lives of the people has gotten worse even after independence, and the direct control that France organized in those African states. In fact, not too long ago, it was even France who decided who would be the head of state, because they could topple you with French military forces in your country. So, Kwame, there has been a virulent anti-French sentiment across many of these former French colonies in West Africa. And so a lot of them have, in the aftermath of the coups that have made, sought to terminate their relationships with France. And I'm sure you saw what happened in Burkina. Mali followed suit, and now Niger is there. And it's still simmering in some French West African countries. So the combination of all these factors, the lack of commitment of the leaders to ensure that the ultimate well-being of their people informs their presence in government, the anti-French sentiment, and recent trends where Russia has begun to open up to some of these countries in West Africa, with the influence of the West declining in those areas, has served to create these issues that we are talking about today. And I think that, it is important for ECOWAS at this juncture to eat humble pie and engage these countries, not just these three countries. I'm sure even Guinea Guinea, which is currently out of this food, is in a similar situation. So I think that ECOWAS should re-engage these African countries, find a way of relaxing some of those sanctions that they have imposed on those countries, and as it were, start a reapproachment that will result in all of them sitting at the table and negotiating for all of them to resume normal relations without sanctions and threats and other issues that are flowing from it. I'm saying so, Kwame, ECOWAS, I think that ECOWAS 1975, if I'm not lying, is 49 years today. Kwame, the elementary basis of integration, that is free movement of people, goods and services and others. Even today as we speak, is riddled with so many problems. If you just take even persons moving from here to Nigeria, Kwame, you go and you see the barriers, and especially if you make and you are going to export or you send goods from one part of the region to the other, you see what you go through. So even the elementary basis of integration, we are struggling with it. So I think that, yes, these nations may have very legitimate grievances to which they may want to pull out of ECOWAS and found another decision. But Kwame, for me, the answer is not to balkanize the continent. Balkanization of the African continent is intrinsically linked with the woes. Because the more smaller entities that we operate, it is easy to manipulate us. Very, very easy to manipulate individual African leaders. Small Ghana, your leader, you have said your leader somewhere, he has no clout. You understand me? Burkina Faso, all these other small entities, we cannot. The answer, like the legendary Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said, is a continental union government of Africa, so that Africa can negotiate and relate to other nations on a position of strength, not weakness. Kwame, in the international community, when we are doing something and African states come, they are relegated to the background. We are just mere observers. They take the decision and push it on. So yes, I think that the three states may have very good reasons for wanting to, as it were, break away and form this state. But believe you me, if you rely on the grievances of individuals, they may get an association, and tomorrow one of them has a grievance, he will also break away. And if you are not careful, the balkanization of the continent that we have all talked about, which is the bane of our woes, I think it will not work out. So I will appeal to them too, and ECOWAS.
You're still watching the news briefing segment here on Pan-African Television. My name is Kwame Osuda. So we're streaming live on Facebook, facebook.com/Pan-African Television. We're also on YouTube, so kindly share your views with us here. Saka just joined us. Good morning to you, Saka.
Yeah, good morning, Kwame.
Very well.
Yes.
Yeah, wearing his legal attire. No, he's going to court. You know, he's a legal luminary.
Also a board member.
I am a member.
Really? Of what?
But are you telling me or asking me?
I'm asking you.
You should be telling me, not asking me.
I'm asking you.
So you are a board member, I pretend.
No. But you see, Alaji once again. I don't want to say you are lying.
He's prophesying into your life. Mahama rejects EC's reforms.
Oh, so let me just one minute for the ECOWAS.
It's not possible.
No, just 1 minute.
With the grace of
you time me.
Give me 1 minute.
1 minute.
No, because we close at 10.
I will plead
and
for
we
him.
have
I'll plead for him. He says
Just 1 minute. You start timing.
So time.
Mahama rejects EC's. We will eat water after. This guy. I won't give him the time.
So what I'll do is that you can start with him on this topic.
On the Mahama.
The topic I'm starting with, you know what?
The magnanimous. Let him start so that he can put the 1 minute today. I beg you.
Oh, this thing pay me.
Yes.
Because he didn't come
As
on
a leader, you
So, but I've been sitting here more than 20 minutes.
but we started long ago before you came.
Kwame, so I beg you.
Yes.
So you let him start.
You start with that 1 minute and then you continue with the
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. All right,
no problem.
So Mahama rejects EC's reforms, predicts chaos if implemented. Okay, please.
Yeah, first of all, I've been with
The EU matter.
with the ECOWAS matter.
matter,
I think that sometimes we belabor the point so much. But before I get there, good morning to our cherished viewers. Good morning to our flag bearer, Elijah Mahmoud. I'm Lai Mahmoud Baumia. Wednesday, that will be on the 7th. He will be having a lecture at the UPAC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, around 4. So
Who's MC? Let me MC.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'll ask. Yeah. And good morning to Alaye BFC and my brother. A long time. Yeah, you see, I think that this ECOWAS matters. Sometimes we belabor the point so much. The fact is that these guys, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, they are erring nations. They are the pariah when it comes to the ECOWAS, as we are speaking. They have deviated from the core value of ECOWAS, and that is good governance, democracy. So if such people, ECOWAS decide that, oh no, I mean, the people have to have a say in who rules them, and therefore we must democratize, and they came out with a popular choice through democratic means. Then all of a sudden somebody from somewhere says, oh, I don't like the way they are governing, and oust them from office. Then ECOWAS want to ensure that the right thing is done. Then say, oh, I'm going out of ECOWAS. And then we come and sit here, and then instead of condemning them, we try to justify some of the things that, I mean, for justification for coup, any non-entity can do it. However good a government is, you can manufacture, you can get faults, 1 or 2 faults, and use that one to stage a coup. But that is the reason why in democracy there are checks and balances. Where organs of states or institutions or individuals fault, there are mechanisms that are used through democratic means to get redress. So if these people think that, oh, there was something wrong with their various countries, either you wait for elections to come, you point out those areas, or you take them through due process. But you cannot just use your own means to overthrow a constitutionally elected government, and you expect that ECOWAS should just clap for you or go with you. And for the first time, I was happy with the decision of ECOWAS. And ECOWAS is stamping their authority on some of these nations. And we as commentators or analysts, when we come here, we should be able to look in the face of these nations that have decided to be a pariah and tell them that you erred or you are wrong, instead of trying to cajole, I mean, to use some.
Have you seen the response of ECOWAS?
No, I haven't seen it.
They said they don't want them.
Yeah, of course, they wouldn't want it because they would
They
use.
are an important
Exactly.
part
When you leave, the numbers.
No, I'm not saying, but as I'm speaking, I haven't said anywhere that they should leave. I haven't said that they should leave.
But you see,
But I'm saying that.
democracy thrives on fair.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Mr. Salia,
These are. You see,
Mr. Salia,
you see-
I don't think that all of us have spoken in a manner that suggests that we support coup
No.
d'etats. No. What we are saying is that.
What did you want ECOWAS to do?
When I'm sorry.
Okay, you go.
The point I'm making is that because you are talking, you are sort of fervently criticizing the actions of the coup leaders, right?
Of course, yes.
Yes, but then again, you must understand the basics. What led to the coup d'etat? Nobody is condoning coup d'etat, but could it have been prevented? And as at the time when these complaints were made, did ECOWAS step in to say that, okay, the people
What
have...
complaints?
Because democracy does not
I said these people don't have any complaint.
Hold on. Democracy does not exist in isolation.
Yes.
Democracy must operate such that there's fairness and there's justice.
Of course, yes.
Yes. So if there is no fairness and there's no justice, then we are not practicing democracy, no matter the nomenclature or how we want to describe it. We understand.
Who
democracy is not
defines the
just-
fairness?
Oh, the fairness is determined by the people. If you look at the support,
those guys,
the support, no,
those military junta,
no,
they are the
no,
people.
the success or otherwise of coup d'etats are dependent on the reaction by the people.
There has never been a coup d'etat.
Oh,
Well,
Basa.
see. I mean,
That is
there has never been a coup d'etat.
Yeah, when the people masses
where you see the masses, reacting in a way as if they don't like it. Those who don't like it, they are always in the house. But those who like it will come on the street. When Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, Accra was a god. I mean, every ecstasy, like a second independence has been gotten. But and so many other coups, even including the Liman coup. Every coup is welcomed by spontaneous jubilation by the people. So you cannot use that word to say, oh, the people didn't want the previous regime and those things. For me, I'm saying that democracy has its bad side and all those things. But you cannot just go and pick some of the bad
similarly,
side.
coup d'etat has its good sides.
No, but I am saying unless it's a counter coup. Unless it's a counter coup, no matter how bad a democratic government
what
is,
makes you think
you
that,
should have the
what makes
patience
you-
to wait for the expiration of that government.
Saka, what makes you think democracy is a better alternative? What makes you think so?
Oh,
Because someone
It's not
says
just the better, it's the best alternative.
Yeah, what makes you think so?
Yeah.
That's a concept.
Because
It's somebody's concept.
It's the will. See,
Of what? Hold on. It's
Are you
somebody's-
asking a question?
Hold on. No, I'm
said
just
what
trying to
make me
no, I'm
think
just
so?
trying to justify my question to you.
By asking me a
It's
question, so let me
somebody's
answer you.
concept of how people must be governed. Somebody's concept.
That has been
Similarly-
tested and proven
By who?
by even Ghana. We have over 30 years.
Yeah, but
they have
Ghana, yes,
tested
can't you
it.
see your democracy is waning? Can't you
But
see?
it's still better than a
It is not better. It is precisely why we have a lot of people keeping $1 million in their homes.
Oh, why?
Because of what we define as democracy. It is precisely why you have a lot of MPs stacking
Do you know
money
that,
in their
a
pollitans.
military regime, do you know where they
Pollitans.
keep the money?
The point is that hold on. The point is that I don't condone coup d'etats, but I would rather like somebody that I don't vote for chop my money than somebody that I trust so much. Okay, and I give him my power to come and
How did you
shortchange
come
me.
to that conclusion that somebody
Because you are saying, why?
just because somebody keep $1 million.
Do you have $1 million in your house?
Wait.
Do you
Because
have
somebody
$1
keep
million?
$1 million in the
Who is the
room
somebody?
means that it is your money.
If it was despite, I won't complain.
Eh?
If it was despite, I won't complain.
So are you saying that person was taken from scratch?
Eh?
The person was an entity, did not even have one CD.
I didn't say that.
Before coming into politics.
Check the record of the person. I don't want to disregard
No, but
the
yes.
hard work of anybody. I am only trying to
Yes.
tell you
Yes.
that Saka, but for politics, if it were Victoria Hammer, who had even thought of it, you would have made a political
no.
decision.
It was not thought of it.
She had not
She was
executed.
aiming for it.
Aiming for fine.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
see when people say
Aiming, no.
she was aiming for it.
Aiming, no problem. Aiming.
She was aiming for it.
So aiming.
No.
You
She
see,
was
aim but not didn't
So
shoot.
there was preparation.
So
there was preparation.
But there was no opportunity. You see, you are
The opportunity was there because she was a minister.
No.
That was the opportunity.
No. You see, you can say there was preparation, but there was no opportunity.
There was. The opportunity existed.
Which opportunity is
The
that?
opportunity existed because she was
If opportunity
minister.
existed at the time,
She was a minister,
and not to, hold on.
therefore had
Hold on,
the
hold on,
opportunity
hold on,
of
hold on,
having
hold on.
the public purse.
Hold on. You see,
Superintendent of a public purse.
let's not divert the
And
matter.
living in the largesse of the public
exactly.
purse.
And
So that is
precisely.
opportunity.
So that one you criticized, but the person who actually has $1 million in her home, that one there's no problem
No, but-
because there's track record of somebody.
Because that $1 million has not been proven to come from politics.
But you have $1 million. Are you not a politician?
See that you're defending that system.
Are you not a politician?
Condemning somebody who
But
only
No, because no, it's not an idea.
But it's
planning.
it's bad enough for somebody
It was not an idea.
No, this is not
She's
simply just
planning to get 1 million.
This is not just planning.
Planning to get 1 million.
But the $1 million that we have is not just planning. It's actually the $1 million.
No, because what is there, you might not know whether it's coming from
But did you know where
a
she was
different source other than politics.
No, but did you know where she was going to get the money from?
No, because no. She said she want to get it from
But the
politics.
person who has the $1 million, what office does she occupy?
Pardon? No, you see, you're not getting. You see,
No.
you're not getting the next. I mean, you're not getting the point.
You see,
No, she said. That is what she said. She said.
of retiring when she makes.
No, she didn't want to retire what. She said.
You see,
She said for her before she's out of politics.
exactly.
she will make sure that she get $1 million.
Do you know why she'll be out of politics? Did she say she was going to
get it out of politics?
But then the woman who has $1 million, did she get it out of cleaning?
Of course, it could be from anything.
Look at her record.
It could be from
Look at her work history. She has never worked anywhere
Who told you that? She has a jewelry shop.
Which jewelry shop?
Jewelry shop.
How did she start her political career?
This is what you're saying.
From Buford's administration.
You're just guessing and then
I'm not guessing.
No, you do that. You see, these are the facts. If you go to the charge sheet, the charge sheet,
I'm not talking about that.
Talk about this.
I'm not talking about it.
So let's go. Your mama says what?
The point I'm trying to bring to your attention is that you are.
This is a topic that you didn't want me to talk about. Now you don't want to.
No, because
you don't want to leave it.
Because you see, people have been shortchanged, and I'm beginning to get upset because you see we have overstated the relevance of democracy so much so that people actually think that the best way is to just protect that deteriorating.
Without democracy, you cannot come and sit here and talk.
I would prefer that.
Yeah, you cannot come and sit here and talk. But now you are hiding the bush.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
So it is a problem.
Okay, but
it is a problem.
What has my talking done for democracy?
Because right now,
what has my talking done for democracy?
No, it's a lot.
The talking that I'm doing.
What? It might not be very.
You are justifying. Hold on. You are justifying.
It might not be tangible for people to see.
No, you are.
But you see,
no, you are. Hold on.
You see, without democracy, you see,
hold on.
We will use honorable in his name.
Hold on. It doesn't matter. Hold on. The talking that I'm doing now.
And then you see, he will have a lot to say, but he cannot say it.
Saka, you are moderating the show.
He cannot say it.
Relax.
He cannot even come here to speak his mind.
Relax.
He cannot go to parliament to talk.
Relax. Okay. The parliament that is going to talk, the bills that they are passing, all those things that you are referring to, what has it done for them?
So you are saying that
we
have achieved nothing?
I am saying.
Are you saying we have achieved nothing?
We are hiding behind the cloak of democracy and stealing from the people. That's what I'm saying. You are here.
Nobody says democracy.
You are here justifying. You are here justifying.
It is not a perfect system.
Hold on, Saka.
But it is better.
You are here.
That's the point I'm making.
What is your definition of better?
Better than you can see.
What is the definition
how
of
many
better?
options do we have? We have democratic governance and military regime.
Have you heard of democratic autocracy?
Oh.
Have you heard of democratic
there are checks and balances to ensure that autocratic governance does not,
checks and balances?
No.
Which checks and balances?
There's a lot of checks and balances.
Which
even the president power is not absolute.
In this country?
Yes.
It is theoretical. The president know this.
The parliament has oversight responsibility.
Which parliament?
Over the executive.
Which parliament?
Yes. Because the constitution says so. The constitution says that if a private member bill would have an implication on the finances, he should not sign it.
The first one he signed, which he signed in August, far back in August last year. He's throwing it back because he's understanding.
Your understanding.
So the president is not bound to sign every bill.
Your understanding of
by the constitution, the president is not bound to sign any bill at all that you people bring. Come and sign.
Under the of democracy, you have despots. You can have despots who sit there.
Come, let's go.
Democrats and
because
let's go. You said your mama said something.
No, because you see, Saka.
This topic, you say you won't let me talk.
I have had honorable. I want us to do this because Saka is a young man. No, Saka is a young man.
You're also a young man.
Wake up somebody who is not.
No. Saka will wake up. Even if you don't wake up, you open his eyes and go back to sleep again. Because honorable, the reality must be.
Let's move on.
The reality must be.
We have told you the reality. So what are you talking about?
You live in a country where
I'm even surprised you are here supporting military regime.
What did I say? You see, you don't even listen when you are talking.
Let's go.
You don't listen when you are talking, and it saddens my heart that a young person who has political, you have great political, and then you are here doing all these things. So tomorrow, if NDC came to power, will you come and sit on my platform and criticize?
Disagree with you is called doing all things.
No. You are even trying to understand the reasoning
behind the coup plotters.
Because you have actually created a rigid mental set in your mind. It's a problem.
I don't like
you will not even see
how time is going.
That's it. That's your problem. Because tomorrow, you, Saka, you will come and sit here.
Yes.
if it were somebody in NDC who has, and you know this, who had $1 million in the person's bedroom,
It's wrong.
you know you would have done something.
Even the laws of Ghana has not said it is wrong. And you sit here and
At the
conclude
time,
that is wrong.
At the time,
Which law in Ghana? Quote any law in Ghana that
Which
says
law in Ghana
that
says-
says that putting $1 million
so which
in the house is wrong.
Which law says that somebody can't have a dream? That I can't dream.
That is not dreaming. No.
$1 million.
She was not dreaming. She was not dreaming. She was planning to get it.
Planning.
Yes.
Planning.
Planning.
Planning is
And planning. And there was preparation.
Which preparation?
The preparation was that she started.
She never practiced.
She herself revealed all her secrets. She revealed all her secrets.
He never planned to go and steal, to do anything.
It's not about
illegal.
stealing.
So what
It's not about stealing.
What is the planning you are talking about? What is the
If
plan?
if you say that
What is
you
the plan?
aim to get 1 million,
Yes.
when
You Saka have to sit here. Don't you aim to be rich.
I aim to be rich, but not through politics.
But what are you doing now? What are you practicing now? Are you not a politician?
If it is true,
So
I know you politician.
you're not a politician. I'm not a politician. What other career do you have?
the thing is that the process must not be illegal.
You, Saka, what other career do you have?
Charlie,
You're not a full-time politician. So if
I don't have any other guy. I don't aspire to be any.
what other thing? Every other thing that you are doing is because you want to be a politician. That's all. Everything you are doing, the law you are doing.
Successfully, you can practice your politics.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Vexif.
Kwame, let him go ahead.
Discuss the Mahama matter. Discuss you.
He says what?
What's he going to say?
What did he say?
I've told you already. Discuss.
That what? No, I mean,
You were so consumed by your
what did he say?
your operations, you didn't listen.
Mr. Mama, he says what?
President Mahama. Don't just say Mr.
But
Mahama.
is he not, Mr. Is he a president?
President John Dramani Mahama.
Is he a president?
The incoming president on January 7, 2025, inshallah. So you are
But that is what is going to
you
happen.
don't get addressing anyhow.
So
Mahama rejects EC's reforms, predicts chaos if implemented. Saka Salia.
yeah, I mean, that's his view.
Anyway, apologies for the.
I mean, it's normal, you know. That's his view. Just like me, I also have my view, and I think Mama can air his view. He can espouse it in any way that he wants. But you see, like I told you, I think that was last week. My view is that I disagree with the reform. The only aspect I agree is the holiday aspect. I want the election to be conducted on holiday, because that day where people go to work and then some go and ask permission to go and vote and all those things after that. So we are just pretending on voting day is holiday, but everybody pretend that it's a working day. And apart from going to queue from morning, you go and queue and vote. After queuing and voting, sometimes you stand there and wait for collation and all that. Even the day is not enough. And then you come and tell us that that day is working day because we have other holidays. Because we have other holidays, the productivity will reduce. So let's reduce some of the other days, or we just add this one and make it. But on the day the voting, based on the reasoning, some of the reasons that other religious bodies like SDA, I don't think that is tenable at all. Somebody's telling us that on that particular day, because of my religious affiliation or whatever, let's change it and put it in some Monday or Tuesday. Whatever Tuesday, somebody, some
of us,
even some unbelievers.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody who don't even believe in God and has his own religion. Yeah. There's some particular day that
they don't go to farm.
He might also hold in a secret. And therefore, if we say that let's push it to this particular day, for our day, let us have it. I'm sure this 7th December, one time or the other, fell on Friday. We will go to the mosque and still come and vote. Or you go and vote, after voting, then you go to the mosque.
What if the next year 7th falls on Saturday again?
Yeah, if it cannot fall on Saturday like that. It will be rotating.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They cannot fall on Saturday this year, and then the next year they fall on Saturday again.
That's what I'm saying. That even
it will
if,
happen.
assuming that we even change it from December 7 to November, by reason of the religious argument, what if next year?
Yes. But
November, I'm just saying, what if next year November 7th is on Saturday?
Exactly.
Do we have to change it again to December 7th?
No.
Yeah.
You see, but for
Is that a,
The SDA people, that's it.
Sure.
the last point I want to make is that there's a lot of hypocrisy in this country, especially from the politicians. I'm sure if you take Alhaji ABA,
Including yourself. You are a politician.
No, I will tell you that
So say
I
as
am
politicians.
consistent.
Also, you are-
I'll prove to you.
You are consistent.
Yeah, and
Who is not
and I'll
consistent?
prove to you your inconsistency.
Saka can give you BPO.
And I'll prove your inconsistency.
so you are consistent.
Very consistent.
All politicians are not consistent person.
You are consistent.
Yes.
with hypocrisy.
You know, in my opinion,
Some of this
whether the opinion is wrong
that's
or
your
right,
opinion.
Let him talk.
it's always consistent.
Yeah.
These people, they speak from both sides of their mouths.
Subhanallah.
You see, you say Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
You see, the mama is telling us that it will bring chaos.
How do you
Why is he telling lies that he has
Oh,
been?
wait.
Why do you say he's telling like that?
Oh, you wait. Let listeners listen to me.
No, you have not stated that you already come to a point
You
where
see,
you are telling lies.
you see, Mr. Mama is telling us that it will bring chaos. In 2016, when Charlotte Osei introduced it, your mama did not think that
When he introduced what?
Shall
Osei introduced what?
Charlotte Osei brought it for discussion.
Brought
Even
what?
went to Parliament.
Brought
The changes.
What
That we
changes?
should. Oh, listen.
She never brought those changes.
Listen.
Don't misquote.
Listen.
Tell us what
Charlotte Osei said that
changes
we
there.
should change it from December 7th to November 7th. At that time,
Which one?
oh, the election day. Were you not in this country?
You finish. I don't want to.
Don't say you
finish.
finish. Were you not in this country? When the EC came and said that we should do those reforms, it even went through Parliament, and Parliament rejected
You
it.
finish.
That time you were one of those that rejected it. Oh no, that accepted it.
Look at this one.
So you people accepted it
I accepted
because it was
it, I
coming
rejected
from
it.
Charlotte Osei.
It's not true.
Now I'm telling you, I mean, Kwame just cook because I'm talking. I cannot show it to him now.
let me make it
You see, they accepted it that time. The mama didn't know that it would bring chaos and all that. But I mean, at that time, you know my position, and it is on the Facebook.
Inshallah.
Anybody can go to Facebook and read my opinion on that.
What was your opinion?
Where I said that for me, even though it is convenient for the Electoral Commission, especially when we are going into second round, for the Electoral Commission to prepare in those things, for good governance and to ensure that the public purse is not dissipated recklessly, I would prefer that the transition period in this country is shortened. I don't want a long transition period where people can stay like 2 months after losing election, or even 3 months after losing election, cover their tracks, do all manner of things, plan for the next election using the public.
From December 7th to January 7th. How can that be 2 months?
No, December 7th to January 7th, that's 1 month.
Yeah, so how do you say 2
So
months?
if you push it to no, listen, you haven't made any point and you are laughing. If we push it,
You're saying you don't like it. That is
oh, look at this.
Which one is
This is how they do.
December
You haven't made points.
December
So you
7th
get
to
the
January 7th.
impression like you have made some.
And you are deliberately mischievously. You are mischievously
I
saying
am
it's 2-3 months.
I'm
How is that
saying
3 months?
they are saying that we should do the election. No, listen.
He's aware that from December 7th to January 7th it's only 1 month. You know that.
But you see,
And it's
he's not getting the
3
point.
months. What is that?
He's not getting the
You are being
point.
disingenuous.
Some people are saying we should do it October. Some people are saying, the EC is saying we should do it November 7th. So November 7th, you are handing over in January 7th. That's 2 months. Currently, as we are speaking, you can only spend 1 month. If you lose in December 7th to January 7th, that is 1 month. But if you bring it to November 7th, it means that after losing election, you will spend 2 months still in the chair and do whatever you want. Even when your mama lost, 1 month we had to wait for him to hand over. Do you know the things that he did? One was that.
What is that?
Listen, don't say what is that. You think that? You listen to me. In the US, they have a long transitional period because institutions work. You cannot do anything, fidgeting with anything. in Nigeria, it is one of the reasons corruption is at the apogee because of some of this transition, long transition. In our case, just 1 month. Even in 2008, it took like 5 days for J. Kufuor to hand over. But I'm saying that, look, in the last 2016, where your mama exited, we are not saying it is undemocratic, but we are telling you that when you lose election, you can now sit down and plan, cover your tracks, do all manner of things. It was during the transitional period your mama appointed the Auditor General. I'm saying there are certain decisions as an outgoing government, even the spirit of the Transitional Act says that if you are taking certain major decisions, you have to take it with the knowledge. Oh, listen to me.
I just want to
you have to take it
because of time.
You have to take it with the knowledge of the incoming government, even though it is still within your mandate. It was during that transitional period that John Dramani Mahama and co gave the Nyinahini bauxite to the brother. It is. Can you let that talk? Let me talk. It is during this transitional period. Let me tell you. It is during this transitional period that wait.
How did he do that?
No, it is. It is during this. Come on.
How did he do that?
You see, I am saying the process started before the transitional period. But you see,
bauxite to his
yes, how did
the Supreme Court overruled it because wait. But we all know that he will not be the one to do the signing.
So
but he can instruct people. He can instruct people to do A, B, C, D. You see. Listen. It was during the transitional period that when we were even under IMF. And you people said that there was no money for certain institutions to employ. But during the transitional period, when there was a lot of time for you to sit down because you knew you were going, you employ over 500 workers at Cocoa Board. You don't care whether they get the money to pay them or not. You didn't care. I am not making business points, and it is based on some of these that I believe that even though the Electoral Commission has a point, that for the sake of preparation and ensuring that there is a smooth transition, the Electoral Commission action for longer period, NDC or whatever, whichever government is in power or in opposition, argued their case, and now they are arguing, they are doing the reverse, and that is where I am saying that their argument now is tantamount to hypocrisy. But for me, who still is consistent with my argument in 2016, that same argument still holds today, irrespective of which government is in power. And I believe that when that is done, Ghana will be the better.
Let me just say that Salia, for all that he has said, has just proven his penchant for not what he calls consistency. It's unbridled hypocrisy and self-centeredness. That's what he has just shown. That somebody who even says he wished before you end here, he has gotten something. And somebody who is manifestly doing something, that is from the political standpoint, is totally unacceptable. He is prepared to justify even what is politically unacceptable. And somebody who only thought about something. You can see the hypocrisy.
And I think we should respect
it's hypocritical.
But it's his opinion.
Consistent hypocrisy. So if there's anything consistent about his thing, it's his hypocrisy.
It is hypocrisy.
And his double standards.
Exactly.
Hypocrisy. That is what he has said. So I can give him a consistency. It's a consistency of hypocrisy, double standard, and self-centeredness.
But you believe that his opinion?
Let me correct him.
Correct him.
Even in the court proceeding, President Mahama never, at any point, Somoto gave any undue advantage to any member of his family. Unlike today, the shameful conduct of family and friends, government, Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia, they are perpetrating. Very shameful to the extreme. President Mahama never demonstrated that. Even look in his government. Which member of his family was in his government? Which member? Can you tell me?
Oh.
Apart from Mokhtari, who is related. She's the one person. I'm telling you that. I'm just telling you that. Even no, I've not negated. I've just said one person.
Somebody.
One person doesn't constitute family and friends government. The multitude of people you put there. Kwame, let me correct him. On the eve, it was on the eve of his departure. President President John Ajekum Kufuor initialed the single spine salary structure, which had serious financial implications for the government that was taken over. Look at him now. Look at him. I said he initiated and brought it into office. My brother, let me make my point. He signed it on the eve of his departure. You see the man. I'm now putting he's running away. He initiated it on the last day of his just in the office.
It was announced, not that.
And President Mills said yes, because government is a continuum. You honor it, but it was not fair to him.
He deferred the implementation.
Okay, that one he conveniently chose to skip it.
He deferred the implementation.
So, Kwame, I don't want to be caught in his double standard, hypocritical arguments. Let me just put him there. I'm sure the viewers know better what he's perpetrating. Kwame, I have said it clearly that you don't make laws for the convenience of a select group. You make it for the convenience of the country and for the mass of our people, so that it doesn't cut in one way, it cuts in all ways. The date for an election should not be a subject matter for religious, cultural or social groupings to determine which one is suitable for them and which one is not. When the framers of the Constitution and others were making all these things, they did not envisage a situation where anybody for religious reasons will come and say that this day is not suitable for me. So because of that, shift it to this day. You are shifting it to a day which is not suitable for some other groups. So how can you shift the date? I don't. And Kwame, if the system ends, if something ends broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. Yeah.
What is wrong with December 7th? I have not yet been told that this is what is wrong with December 7th. So let's shift it to another day in November. I don't. And I don't call Parliament what he was trying to say. Parliament passing anything to the.
I didn't say the Parliament passed it.
That's what he said.
No,
they brought it to Parliament and we supported it.
You
told me that we supported it.
No, but I made that point.
I'm telling you that it never happened.
It came.
No, I'm saying that it never happened.
And I said it came.
Parliament supported it.
No.
I'm saying that it never happened that Parliament supported what he's saying.
No, nobody says Parliament supported.
Yes.
If Parliament has supported it, why are they not
it never happened. It was never passed.
No. But who said it was
passed? That's my argument. You can bring it. You can lay it in the house.
If it were passed, we won't be discussing the matter today.
So that's what I'm saying. You could have brought it to Parliament. So it was never passed.
But his point
My point is that
they brought it to Parliament
argument is
and we supported it. That's what
you supported it, and today you are against it.
You are saying that I supported it. Which is not correct.
Let Honorable progress a little.
Because if in 2016 we had a majority, so if we had come to Parliament and that, we have passed it, and we never passed it. So you are lying. It's not true.
About 80 members of your people were absent.
Oh, look at this man.
Yes, go and check the answer.
Do you know how that?
Go and check the answer.
Do you know how Parliament works?
Why don't
if we want to pass a measure, we will bring it at a time when we have the numbers. We will bring it if we are
check the numbers.
I'm just indicating to you if we want to pass a measure. We have our whip system.
So all those,
we will be able to bring our members.
All those things that you
those
lost.
tangentials, I think, will not help with the.
Yes, so I'm just certified. He doesn't know how it works. I'm just educating him.
Okay, let's proceed.
So it never happened in that way where it even received a blessing. So Kwame, I'm saying that look, the Electoral Commission is busy dealing with matters of illegality, crass illegality that the Madam Jean Mensah and Boss Banako are busy doing. Kwame, look at this issue of the indelible ink, which she has said they will not use for the December 7th elections. It's an illegality. She cannot. She doesn't have that power. And Kwame, go and look at LI 127. That is used for the regulations for the conduct of elections. Regulation LI 127, section 33 2C. Go and read it. It says that a mark shall be made on a voter to indicate that the person has come and voted. It is part of the law, part of the regulations. It's not up to Jid Mensah or Bosman or somebody to sit at the electoral commission and determine that they are going to throw away the indelible ink. They have no such power. So areas where the law says clearly go and do this, and come in, you people are lawyers. So I can say you are a lawyer.
Not yet.
Okay, you are a law student. Okay, he is a lawyer.
Yeah.
What is the operative word shall?
Must.
In law.
Definitive. Very. If you say shall, it's mandatory.
Mandatory. Shall. It says a mark shall be made. Shall. And the electoral commission chairperson chooses to say that law saying it shall is immaterial. She will not use it. Can you see what is going on? And instead of dealing with this substantive matter, you go and you are talking about you want to bring the date back to November. What is the purpose? You are going to end voting at 3 o'clock. Even at 5 o'clock, there are some Ghanaians who are denied the right to vote. Because by the time some of them where they are or what they do, by the time they get to the place, 5 o'clock, the time is up. So 5. So what will happen if you even bring it to 3 o'clock? Do you know the number of Ghanaians you can disenfranchise and prevent them from exercising their democratic right? So these are very crazy ideas. The current crop of leaders at the electoral commission just hatch up and think that they can just force it on Ghanaians. It will not be allowed. We will resist it. We will resist them. And I want to say that, Kwame, if you have a very bad armpit, you don't be an overzealous person to exchange greetings. This is the electoral commission which has serious credibility issues. Look at what happened, the shambolic manner and the crass incompetence with which they managed the last elections, where you have to declare one result over 5 times, change figures at random. So if you have a credibility problem on this matter, you don't go and seek to introduce matters that are themselves inherently controversial.
Are we not dealing or looking at the issue from the perspective of over-partisanship?
Kwame, it's not partisanship. That's what I'm saying.
Because if we have given, the EC has a mandate. Now, if they are unable to execute their mandate, we blame them for not being able to do what they are supposed to do. So aren't we the people to support the EC achieve its mandate?
Yeah, but
so if the EC is saying that I want to do X, Y, Z, that will enable me do what is right.
The fact that you have a mandate
does
not confer on you an unfettered right to do whatever you like.
I agree with you on that.
Exactly. So that is what they are doing that we are saying is wrong. They have a mandate, but the mandate does not confer certain powers and functions on you. So why are you going to do those kinds of things? Okay? So if EC tells us, for instance, that they will bring the election to July, we should support it. Because they have the mandate. Is that what we are saying?
No, I'm only saying that the mandate also imposes on them some responsibilities.
Exactly.
So we need to, but then again, in the final analysis, we will measure them by their achievement.
So Kwame, even if they are perpetrating and breaking the law, we should keep quiet and wait until the final decision to go and measure them.
No, that's why we won't keep quiet. But
exactly. So that is what we are doing. That the fact that I just indicated to you a law they are breaching.
The shall.
I just read LI 127.
Yes, you did.
Section 33 2C. I just read it to you. Go and Google it and see what is there.
No, but that one is debatable.
What is debatable?
If because the ink that you think is indelible, somebody is not indelible.
Kwame, I think.
Do you know that that ink?
The issue whether it's indelible or not indelible is that apply it first. Yes. That is what the law says.
Apply what first? But the EC is not saying they won't apply ink.
You don't know that.
No, they are only saying that it might not be indelible.
No,
the indelible one.
No, they have said they are not
applying ink at all.
Yes,
they said that.
Oh no.
Yeah, they said that.
So you see,
if they say that, that's illegal. So illegal. Because me, I know that especially the last elections, they use the ink.
That is a particular ink they use.
They use a particular ink. That is the assembly election, but it was not indelible.
Yeah.
So I'm just indicating to you that is what the law says they should do, which they say for the national election this 2024.
No, they cannot do that.
They are not going to
Once
use
it's law,
that they are going to
don't.
discard the use of indelible. The electoral commission have said it.
Unless maybe they are proposing that the law should be amended.
So how do you say you will not do something before the law has been amended? When you know that you are bound by the law now, you have not gotten steps to amend the law, and you say you will not do it. Why are you saying that?
My time. Let me come to Dramado.
Yeah, Kwame,
This matter.
Thank you very much. In 2016, the then Electoral Commissioner, Madam Charlotte Osei, proposed the same thing, that the election should be moved from 7th December to November 7th. It was in 2016, and I supported it heart and soul because of the reasons she gave, that it will give enough time for the transition. So I remember those in a runoff, correct, so that at least when the runoff is done, there will still be adequate time or ample time for the transition to be done successfully. I remember those in government at the time, NDC, supported this. Alaji.
It's not true.
Alaji.
Master, it's not true.
It is Alaji. Oh, Alaji, it is true. No, it is true. I am
Alaji. Make his point.
He said those of us in government supported. I was in parliament. I never supported. Never supported.
Let him make his point. Let him make his point.
It's not true.
Let him make his point. Let him make his point. Yes.
We never supported it.
I am saying that in 2016, those in government supported that proposal by the EC.
Well, how come it wasn't passed?
The then majority leader, who was who is the current speaker of parliament, when the issue of funding for the election was raised by the minority leader at the time, Oseche Mensah Bonsu, that even they had a hint that the finance. The Ministry of Finance wasn't even ready to release funds for the election to be conducted on the 7th. The majority leader, the Honorable Aban Bagbin, said no, the Minister of Finance had given them assurance, had given the EC assurance that if the election will be held on the 7th
of November.
They will release funds for the November 7th. They will release funds for the elections. Alaji.
No, I'm indicating.
So no, it doesn't matter. No, what you're saying,
argue for something and you lose the vote.
No, but it wasn't brought to that. It didn't get to that stage.
Plenary.
So you didn't
get to that stage.
You said you were in parliament. You didn't even know.
I'm not asking you. I said it was brought, and I said that we didn't support it. You supported it. If you supported it,
Some of your members were even interviewed already, and they said that they liked the.
So how come it wasn't passed?
Alaji.
I said because I've said
It's the same thing that is happening today. No. If we were, it was a majority on the 7th. It was.
I said that.
Honorable, let him make his point. Honorable. Saka.
But you people were supporting.
Because you said it was rejected.
That would be a vote. About 50 between 50 and 80 members of you were in parliament.
Honorable, hold
You
on.
find it difficult to gather your people to.
Saka, let him talk.
We didn't have that majority.
I said that you couldn't whip it.
We had the members at that time.
Go.
Maybe not to the support is what.
I am telling you that
The support is not here.
I never supported it. I never supported it.
Did you
But Alaji, you are not the speaker of parliament.
What did you say?
We never supported it.
What did you say?
Sometimes
But that was what the majority
has supported.
Look, the majority in parliament at the time. The majority in parliament at the time supported it.
So why wouldn't it pass?
It didn't get to the stage where you vote off.
No, if it was a matter before the house.
There was a head
It doesn't
count.
matter before the house.
There was a head
when you vote.
Where
So we voted
a lot
on
of your members
So
were
if
absent.
the majority supported, how come we didn't?
Some have said, some were
Please
absent.
help me.
It is not true.
Please help me understand.
Oh,
this.
but the listeners, I hope they would send a message.
The proposal.
And then expose you.
We didn't. I didn't say it didn't come before the house.
You started by saying that they didn't even come.
I didn't say
Please,
that.
can we have a camera on you?
I said we didn't support.
Alaji.
Domado.
So that one there, I will not.
Alaji.
We never supported it.
Alaji. honorably.
That's how they are.
Honorably.
Master, you can make your point.
Alhaji did not support it. Alhaji, honorably.
I did not support it.
Alhaji, honorably.
And I'm on the majority side. I never supported it.
Thank you. Alhaji.
Yes.
May I proceed?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Kwame, help me understand this. Is it about the date or the day of elections?
The day.
The day. Or the date? Because my understanding of what is being raised or proposed by the religious body is that just like Farmers Day,
every first Friday
in December
of December, yes,
it's Farmers Day. So let's say every first Tuesday in November, it's an election day in Ghana. I think that is the point, but it's not about November 7th. They are not proposing November 7th for the election.
Yeah.
They are only saying that instead of
but
date,
that Tuesday is somebody holiday.
No, listen. It's instead of date,
yes,
it should be day.
And I said that day is somebody holy day.
That is
sacred day.
Yes, I have no.
So you cannot just pin it.
So
the election on that day.
But I think we've been unfair to Damadu. He's not advanced his arguments the way he should. Because I allowed you.
No, I'm supporting him. I'm not.
But you interjected.
No, but the viewers, you want to support me. You must
to.
Support me consistently.
Okay.
Unfortunately, consistency isn't part of your whatever.
Just like Alhaji said it.
Alhaji, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who will be forming the next government on the 7th of January 2025
in opposition.
Inshallah.
I repeat. The next, inshallah, mashallah.
Did you say next or
the
next?
The gentleman who will succeed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president who had deposed himself but has refused to vacate the presidency. The gentleman who will succeed him on the 7th of January 2025 is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He will form the next government. Inshallah. Nothing will stand in the way to make this thing happen. Mahama.
We are going to the next topic.
Mahama. You know, there are times when Mahama's issues of this nature is raised and it's involving President Mahama. I am sometimes hard put, you understand, how to go about it because of the experience he has garnered. You understand? So when he's speaking from the point of experience. You understand? That is why the likes of Saka should sit and reflect sufficiently on whatever he says. You don't just brush it aside because it's coming from President Mahama, whom you don't, whose political views you don't
tested
like.
and failed. So that experience doesn't work.
The record shows that when it comes, or if we were to do a juxtaposition on this table, record to record, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's record, Akufo-Addo's record, it is day and night.
You can't compare Mahama to
it is day and night. That is not why we are here. We have just entered the election year and we'll be having opportunities to discuss
like 10 times.
If you don't
10 times.
If you don't tamper your words,
10 times. So you and I, let's go. You and I. Record to record. I am saying that you and I, record to record. Let's go.
You are rubbing salt into their woods. The suffering Ghanaians.
You remember a while ago when you gave the opportunity to Saka to make his point on the Janta-led government or regime in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, I was looking at him, and I look at him closely. There was something that was so visible on his face, paranoia, and that banker mentality of wherever a coup is mentioned, you see people who support corrupt, despotic governments that are cloaked and marched in democracy, and that kind of paranoia, that beams straight on their faces. I was looking at you and I said, oh, look at what is happening to my brother Saka. Paranoia all over. So where could
but did you watch Alhaji's face?
Alhaji's face? Alhaji's face was visible with glee.
Listen to that again.
You were able to penetrate through the
I am saying to you that Alhaji's face was visible with glee.
Were you able to see through the lens?
Yours was gloom and doom because of the things we were raising here. Saka, Kwame said something that you are a young man. You are a young man. You see, it is an opportunity for us young men when we come to programs of this nature to speak truth to power, especially when you have an old man who has banjast our economy, who has raped
your mama age. He is more than an old man.
Who has banjast our economy? Who has
so if it's about
who has raped? He has raped. The last time I don't know whether that analogy will be allowed here by council, but council permits me. I know you are a radical person, so let me just say that thing. That if Ghana, the mother Ghana, if it was a genitalia,
like
if mother Ghana was a genitalia, the amount of rape that this mother Ghana has been subjected to,
there will be a lot of bruises.
No bruises. No clinical surgery can be done to repair it. How the whole genitalia has been.
Your vulgar language today, this morning.
That is why I substituted. I never mentioned. I said genitalia. No, genitalia is approving.
Yes,
the other one is disapproving. That is why I'm avoiding that one. I am not using that one. No, I am saying to you in English, you are free to use genitalia publicly. But the other one, no, that one will be vulgar. That is why I'm avoiding it. I'm saying to you, if Ghana were a genitalia, the amount of rape you have subjected this country to
since 1982.
The amount of rape this Akufo-Addo and his cousin Bawumia, his cousin Kenoforiata and Bawumia subjected this country to, the kind of mutilation that this genitalia has suffered, no amount of clinical surgery can repair it.
So if it's not genitalia?
But you are subjecting
when he chooses to use, so allow him.
Okay. You said the genitalia is a vulgar language, but at the same time, so Alhaji, I think in psychology it's called counterphobia. You don't like the thing, but yet you want to say it.
Your strike is needless. NLC tells education unions. Let me start with Honorable Everything.
Kwame, the NLC has a constitutional duty to help mediate between labor and government, so as to create an industrial peace and harmony conducive to spur our national development. More often than not, unfortunately, Kwame, the NLC is being hijacked as an instrument of government, so that when there are labor disputes and others, rather than even sometimes being proactive to deal with the issues before they actually come to a head, the NLC waits until things deteriorate. Positions taken by government that are untenable, they will see how they can try to find a way of foisting it down on the working people. And eventually, it's increasingly becoming an instrument of government. I think that is most unfortunate. Kwame, today, what is organized labor saying? And there are many working people of this country, Kwame, who even say that sometimes they don't find that TUC too radical enough. They don't find that TUC too responsive enough. And sometimes they give government too much leeway. And especially this government, they have shown this government too much charity and given this government too much space, that they have eroded the standard of living of many working people.
Sure.
Kwame, take, and they can compare. In 2016, take the minimum wage, take the the conditions of life of Ghanaians in 2016 and measure it against what is happening today.
Nothing to write about.
Today,
The minimum wage
Kwame,
is not even up to it.
tomatoes. And Kwame, not even too long, I took Kinky to Parliament
Yes.
in the course of the parliamentary debates. The first one in 2022. Kwame, 2021, a ball of Kinky, 1 CD. By the next budget session that we were, it had doubled. And the fish had gone through the window. Kwame, what those fundamentals, small, you may look at it, KK and fish, but that is the life of the working people of this country. That just tells you what the ordinary people on the ground go through every day. So in a situation where cost of living has more than doubled, tripled, wages and salaries and others have not kept anywhere close. Anywhere. Petrol prices under President Mama in 2016, when a gallon of petrol was sold for 40 cedis, which they said was too much. Kwame, that was a gallon of petrol. Today, a liter of petrol sells around for a gallon at that time. Okay? And you know that it is 4.5 liters that make a gallon. So it simply tells you that prices have quadrupled. In fact, they are almost quintupling. Okay? It's going to almost 5 times the price, 4.5 to a liter. That is what was sold as a gallon under President Mama, which is a liter today. That thing is going to feed into the cost of living of the people today. Workers who have to go and take trotro, taxi and other to work, it reflects in how much more 4.5 times they will pay than they were paying before. Kwame,
On a wrap up for the
to feed their families. Kwame, for the first time in the history of our country, food price index went through the window. Over 122% increase under this government. The food price index. Not even when the agric minister metamorphosed into a body seller.
3 city body.
Did it make any improvement? This is a government that colossally wasted our state resources in what they call a planting for food and jobs. You would have expected that with the enunciation of the policy, you have abundance of food that will come down. And that is where, when we talked about and mentioned the military regimes that I sided with, under Achampong launched Operation Feed Yourself. That is a government program to deal with the agriculture sector and ensure food self-sufficiency. Anybody in this country will testify to the efficacy of that policy, that it brought abundance of food. At that time, 1975, I was in secondary school. We used to come and go and do bade, to go and work in the rice farms and others. We were exporting rice to our neighboring countries.
That was a military regime.
Military regime. We were exporting rice. And in fact, Kwame, part of the reason for the influx of Kaya is the collapse of the rice industry in the northern region.
No, because of time.
Just started.
Oh, no, because of time. I'm grateful to you.
You don't want me to speak.
Oh, no.
But you are speaking at length, just that we didn't know.
We must be a fair person. When did I start speaking?
You were speaking, but we didn't understand what you
Let me say something. You know, Saka came to just disturb you.
That was speaking and they didn't understand what I was saying. How?
you were out of
Saka came with an agenda, and you are falling into his trap. But let me say.
But you are stopping me when I've not.
I have no choice. My time. You see, Amma will be upset very soon. She will start calling me, and I've ate into a time. She has a program at 10 o'clock, which is supposed to end.
So
let me say a special good morning to Madame Fremont Parry. You see, I'm hearing things. So if she gets it,
like
and Prof gets it, challenge.
You are thinking of the running mates is looking
Yeah, the running mate. Oh,
no, whether it's running mate or not, they will all end in opposition. It doesn't mean anything. There's no
but I think
Okay.
I think that
Dr. Bawumia, who has a huge credibility, who's saying Ghanaian is going to vote for
let me talk. I'm only saying that she's a woman, right?
Yeah.
and she's also a little elderly, and she's good. And then Prof is also a woman and good, right? So I'm looking at how it will play out. Kwame, do you understand how it will play out? Because she has no sort of baggage.
She doesn't.
And Prof also doesn't have baggage. So I want to see how it has to play out. You know, I can tell you that. I can just tell you that it's settled. It's on Napo. It's on Napo. They have settled it. Don't waste your time.
The labor unions.
But Napo is equally good. Napo is an excellent.
They have settled on Napo.
But he's an excellent guy. He's an excellent guy.
It's a very good matter. Unfortunately, the MPP is good.
Napo is. If it's announced now, Napo is excellent. If it is announced that it is Napo, it's an excellent choice. Right? Hold on. It's an excellent choice.
Yes.
If it's Napo, it's an excellent choice. I am just looking at it from political strategy perspective. Napo, of course, appeals to the Ashanti region and to the Tree-speaking, even John Kuma. Yes. But I'm looking at because I want to believe that the NDC may settle on Prof. Yeah, so if they settle on Prof, and Bawumia comes with
Bawumia himself is garbage.
You get a dynamic.
Look, in the current school of thought, Bawumia himself is garbage. Ghanaians will not buy him. He himself is garbage. So what are you bringing? Don't waste any time. Ghanaians have settled their mind. The boss himself is not worthy. He has a credibility deficit. So what is he bringing? Who sent Ghanaian will vote for Dr. Bawumia?
So why are you insulting Ghanaians?
I'm saying that they won't.
Yeah, they will not. Because that prompt this nation into doom. So he even had the nerve to come and tell us that we should still vote.
Your goods are marketing.
What is John Mahama going to do?
Can we have
what know-how has John Mahama got?
Make any decision.
What know-how has he got? Kwame.
I was coming to close.
What is he? It is not for fun.
If there's any more intention, I'll close it.
No, he will want that to close because he had already spoken. So
I was spoken that.
You see, the labor unions, especially the educational sector.
Make sure he doesn't say something out there.
I've said something.
The educational sector.
Yeah.
He didn't,
Yeah, but
he didn't go into the matter. He didn't go into the matter. He was talking about going to parliament with KK. He was talking about going to parliament with KK and also, which has nothing to do with
what? Alaja, beg you. Alaja, I have a point to. I have something to say. I beg you. What the labor union people are doing, Alaja, don't yield.
It's in fact unfortunate. Quite unfortunate because look, you have grievances. Nobody says that you don't have grievances. Nobody says you don't have grievances. We are all like what Kofor said, that we pretend to be paying, and also people also pretend to be working. But especially when it comes to lectures, and they don't even pretend to be working. They work. They impact knowledge and all those things, and therefore deserve the fruit of their labor and all that. You have grievances. You have taken the grievances to the right people. You have sat with them. They have given a date to resolve the matter. The date hasn't reached yet. The matter is being resolved. Then you go and declare strike. You see, Kwame, if you do this, for instance, your workers here, if maybe Justice and Co want something from you and Ama, and then you agree with them that okay, give me 2 weeks. By 2 weeks' time, the matter will be resolved. Then they just got out and start strike. Hey, trouble. And that is the reason why the Labour Commission is saying that the strike is unnecessarily unconstitutional. That's the point. And this has nothing to do with KK in Parliament or whatever anybody wants us to believe. It has nothing to do with it. And that's the reason why sometimes I say that, you see, John Mahama said it, that when it comes
to address him well. What is John Mahama? As if it's your
okay, Mr. John Mahama.
He said
Mahama. Oh. He said that during elections, During the election, labor unions, because they believe that this is the time to get the pound, to get whatever they want, because the incumbent is going to an election, and therefore everybody will come with all manner of grievances and all those things. But those grievances must be in line with the laws of this country. And if you just, because these are people who are educated, who are educating people, who are educating even people to become lawyers and all those things, then just following the law too, it becomes a problem. I think it's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yes, sir.
This is to Madam Jean Mensah, that her decision not to use the indelible ink in the upcoming election will be fiercely resisted by some of us. And I mean it, we will resist it. The indelible ink is not purchased by Jean Mensah. Article 54 makes it clear where the expenses of the Electoral Commission is charged on. It says that, and I quote, it says the administrative expenses of the Electoral Commission shall be charged on the consolidated fund. So that includes their pensions, their allowances, and salaries. You understand? So it is not Jean Mensah who buys the indelible ink for Ghanaians to use during elections. We will resist it. She should get that thing right. That we are going to use the indelible ink on the 7th of December 2024. She has no constitutional or legislative right to say that something that is mandatory, she has the right to waive it. No way. We will fight it. The indelible ink, we need it. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is he still continuing with his tour? May the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may the Almighty Alaji, may the Almighty Allah Kadral, Allah Zawajal, Allah Yamin, grant. I am mentioning some of the titles of Allah to grant His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So you don't know Allah Zawajal. I said Allah Zawajal, Allah Kudus, Allah Kadral, Allah Kadral, Allah Kadral, Allah Aziz, Allah Latif. You don't know this? You don't know this? I'm sorry. May Allah continue to grant him. May Allah continue
he doesn't
to grant
even believe in those names that you are mentioning.
Grant him.
Your mama doesn't believe in those things.
Save tall. And every single member of his team should be protected. So we all witness that victory on the 7th of December 2024. It will happen. Akufo-Addo and his people, Ghanaians, are sending them packing already.
Address him well.
You are calling Mahama.
No, Nana.
You want me to call
the point is that the thing is this.
You are calling a sitting president.
No, he's not a sitting president. Who tells you Akufo-Addo is our sitting president? He's a deposed president. This president deposed himself on the 26th of August 2023.
Can you imagine that?
When he himself said, under no duress or compulsion,
Can you imagine this?
He said,
Can you imagine this?
The gentleman said that,
Stop that.
and the oath he swore on the
Even John Mahama,
on the 7th of January 2021, he says, the gentleman says that
even Mr. Mahama, who was booted out,
you are a law student. You are a law student. You are a law student. I am saying to you that you are a law student. His name is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The person has abdicated his responsibility as the president of the country. I am saying to you that the president Akufo-Addo has abdicated his responsibility as bye.
Mr. Mahama is not president.
President, he's president.